I ask you a question? Are you ready to get and keep momentum in your business? I hope so, because it's Penny Elliott here, your host to having the perfect mix of the woo with the do. If you're ready to create the life that you want through a business designed by you, then tune in. Welcome to the Get Momentum for Online Entrepreneurs podcast with your host, me, Penny Elliott. This is the show where we match the woo with the do. It's your perfect mindset, your perfect mix of mindset and strategy to have fast success in your online business. So you can finally do what you want to do with your life. And today I have an amazing human being here, Jason Wright, and he's not just amazing because he's going to share some great insights with us today, but he is also amazing because I've had a series of clusterfucks trying to get this organized, and he's been very, very kind and gracious in rebooking with me. So I thank you very much for being so understanding. Tell us about yourself. Welcome. What do you do? Who do you serve? And how do you make a difference in the world?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Boy, lots of questions. Let's see. Who am I? So I'm a guy that likes people, right? I like to meet new people, love to build relationships and keep them going, and love to help business owners and entrepreneurs get more out of their marketing and understand it better, and occasionally help with their mindset and their motivation as well. So a person that focuses on purpose and tries to put the most out there that I can every day.
Amazing. Awesome. All right.
Yep.
Well, let's crack on to the juice of the show. So we are all about creating consistent clients here. So how do you in your business create that consistent flow of clients? Like, what's your secret sauce?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's kind of twofold. So it's something I call the social proof blueprint. It's kind of maybe a future product I haven't rolled out, but a big piece of that is reviews, right? You work with a new client, you want to set that expectation up front that I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure I get a 5-star review from you. And you want to make really, really, really certain that you over deliver as well. Okay. So if you get lots of regular reviews and they're authentic, that's going to help. And then the other good thing is those clients you work with will refer lots of people as well, if they have a great experience, and come back for more as well. So it's that mix between reviews, repeat business, and referrals. Yep.
Reviews, repeat business, and referrals. There you go. You've got the 3 R's of consistent flow of clients. I love it.
There you go. Yep.
Really good. Okay, so another thing that I like to share on this podcast is I'm all about keeping it real. And so many times in the online world, we just see, I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this, and look, I'm a superstar. But everyone knows it's not a straight line to the top. Well, no. I think once you're in it, you realize it's not a straight line to the top. So when have you had to really dig deep to get momentum back in your business after a setback?
You say, when have I had to? Yeah, many times, because what I found with marketing is something that works now doesn't work forever. And the reason why is the variables change all the time. You know, if you think about the world today versus the world 1 year ago, it's very different. You know, a year ago, nobody was worried about pandemics or shutdowns or taking more stuff online. It was very different. So the market changes all the time because of economic and political factors. And there's just an endless amount of variables. So things change all the time. Offers that were really appealing to your audience at one time may not be in the future. So it doesn't matter how well you're doing. If you're in entrepreneurship long enough, there's a chance that you're going to have to take a step back and kind of rebuild. So this thing happens from time to time. And what I do is I just remember how I got to where I'm at, right? Focus on sales, focus on delivering what you've been paid to do, and repeat. At the end of the day, no income, no business. So it's really, really important to remind yourself, even if you're not getting wins, what am I here to do? Who am I here to serve? And how do I do it best? So it's a test mentally to go back there if you've been there in a while. But if you've succeeded in that space once, you can do it again.
Yeah, so that's a really important message for people to hear. And especially myself, I like to think, oh, well, I've set up this webinar, or I've set up this challenge, or whatever marketing funnel or focus it is. And then I think, oh, well, I'll just be able to reuse that again. And it's always heartbreaking when it doesn't work the second time as well as it did the first time. And you're like, oh, but I put so much effort into that. So that's a really nice reminder. So, yeah. So do you think people need to redo or just tweak and move?
Yeah, it's a tough question. It could be either or. I think the key is if you start your relationship off with your new contacts, your new email subscribers, so you start it off the right way and you continually engage that audience, whether through podcast, email, Facebook Lives, or all the above, the closer you are to the people you serve, when things stop working for you, you can say, hey, you're one of my best clients. What do you think? Is this still something you're interested in? So your audience can give you feedback and make this very, very simple for you. Right. So if you put your ear to the ground and you have that open line of communication, it makes it much easier to just get things rolling that people want than, rather than trying to figure it out. And I've done this many times, when you blindly try to figure it out by tweaking and starting over, you can spend a lot of time and money and still not have results to show for it. So the secret is have that actual relationship where you can reach out to some of these people and say, hey, what am I missing here? What do you guys need now that you didn't need 6 months ago, or vice versa? And it really saves a lot of time.
Right. I love that. Okay. So you heard that. If you're listening or watching this, so just keep reaching out and ask us, what do you need now? What do you need now? And you're so right. A year ago, people didn't, for example, my mother, she didn't need to know how to FaceTime a year ago because she'd get in the car and drive up, right? Yeah. But over this last year, she's learned how to use FaceTime on her phone. So it's a simple change like that, that you can then transpire into your business. People probably could meet you at a live event. Now, how do they meet you? So, yeah.
Yep.
Right, cool. Okay, so if you could go back to the beginning of your business, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your young entrepreneurial?
It'd be a very short conversation, but it would go like this. Step 1, be patient, darn it. Things don't happen on your timeline. And step 2, or tip 2, is start building an audience today. It's the most important thing you can do, because if you ever look at people who halfway know what they're doing with entrepreneurship and they have a big audience, it's not hard for them to be very, very successful financially. A big audience is so valuable. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So, and it doesn't matter where you build that. I think some places you want to have it, email list, Facebook groups, really powerful, but there's a lot of different places, right? Pick your social platform. If you hate video, TikTok's probably not a good place for you because you're going to be on video all the time. But start those conversations, start building that audience now and never stop. It is just an unbelievably valuable asset to have. And people who realize that are generally more successful with their business for sure.
Okay. That would be a really easy conversation. I totally agree. I went back through my Canva, all my designs, and way back, sort of like 3 years ago, there was a graphic that I'd created that was an ad for getting someone to help me with my Instagram, and and to build my Instagram and do all the graphics and stuff for it. And I clearly never put that out there because I still have 1,200 people on my Instagram, and if I'd started that and really focused on it 3 years ago, I would have that audience size now. So and capitalized on that. So yes, never mind. We learn these things.
What's funny is I can't remember who, but I was working with a client one time, and I was helping them with something with their marketing automation. And I happened to look at their YouTube channel. They had like 400,000 subscribers. What? So I started looking at their videos and talking to them. They're like, yeah, we don't do anything with it. And I was like, are you kidding me? And they didn't understand that in the description that they could drive people into funnels, into email lists from all that attention. They were doing nothing with it at all. And I was like, do you have any idea how much opportunity you're leaving on the table? Like, it makes me want to go cry. It's unbelievable. So there's people like that out there that have huge audiences that have no idea what to do with them. So it's not me though.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, what an amazing place to be told that you've got this huge audience. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so what legacy are you wanting to create and leave in this online space?
Yeah, I mean, the company's intentionally inspirational, and it's more than just digital marketing. I want to, anybody that I interact with, I want to encourage them to go for their dreams. I can remember one of the hardest parts about getting started was my spouse, my family, my friends, my neighbors, like, what are you doing? What are you doing, dummy? Nobody believed in what I was trying to do because I was like, I know where I'm going to get to, or I want to go. I just don't know how to get there yet. Yeah. And I didn't have a clear path to where I'm at now. It was a lot of pivoting, a lot of failing. It was really messy and quite embarrassing, but I kept going. So I want people to know that it is okay to dream, right? We get one life, we get one chance to do things that are meaningful to us. So I say go for it. So I want to be remembered as a guy in a brand that made a difference with entrepreneurs, not only with marketing, but with that inspiration and that mindset piece as well.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah, it is. It is. And it's so nice that you said like it's really was really messy and really embarrassing. I feel that too. There's lots of things like, oh God, why did I do that? Or like, I really don't want to talk to anyone at this barbecue about like my business. Let's just talk about, sport. So I'm really glad that you shared that, because the more we share this inside story, I guess, or inside scoop of entrepreneurship, that easier it becomes for people to go for their dreams and hold on to those dreams, because they realize that it's all part of getting there.
Yeah. And something I tell people a lot is, if you're not failing regularly, you're not doing much. You're playing it real safe, and you're not going to grow. It's just the way it is. So, sometimes people get to a point, maybe it's financially, and they say, I'm comfortable here. I'm okay staying here. But in the back of their mind, they wonder, what if they actually did what they wanted to do or went after it, So I don't want to die with regret. I want to die empty and say, hey, I went for everything I wanted to, and the chips fell where they fell. So I encourage everybody listening, watching, do the same thing. Go for it.
Amazing. Right. Well, how can people get in touch with you then if they want a bit more of you?
Yep. So the front porch is intentionallyinspirational.com. You can learn a little bit more about me and what we're doing.
Okay, great. And is there anything that people can download from you, or do they just have a look at your website and pick some stuff?
Yeah, so at the bottom of the homepage, there's a couple free resources there. There's a Perfect Email Secrets. It's a free welcome series email template that I've put together that you can download and plug in and add that piece to your marketing automation if you don't have it already. And there's some other things there as well.
Amazing. Okay, so that's where you can get like a bit of a taster, and then you can start really binging everything that you're about. That's so cool. Right, now the last bit I always ask my guests is, what is your favorite one-liner you give yourself to get momentum in your business daily?
It's from Frank Sinatra. It's a quote that says, "The best revenge is massive success." I think about all the people that told me, you can't do it, you're going to fail. That motivates me quite a bit.
Love that. I love that. My partner tried to get in on a business, and the guy didn't even reply to his emails, and that just sort of off insanely. And so he went about finding a competitive device, started up a competitive business, and is just trouncing this other guy. And I just love that. It is So the more the more people tell me I can't do it, the more I will do it. I'm pretty sure my mum used to use that as reverse psychology on me as a child, but
reverse psychology does work pretty well. So
it depends. If you're that type of, if you're twist, your head's that sort of way, then that definitely is. Hey, well, thank you so much for all your insights. I loved your 3 R's of consistent clients. So they were referrals. No.
Repeat business and reviews.
Yeah, reviews, referrals, and repeat business. I love that. That's really, really good. I think you could definitely coin that and put something around that.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. All right, you heard it here first. Hey, so thanks so much, everyone, for listening and watching in. Jason, thank you so much for your time. If you loved this show and you'd like to share some of Jason's insights with other people, then make sure you either share it with your friends, or the other way is to go to ratethispodcast.com/Penny and leave a review, because as we heard, the 3 R's, people look at the reviews of new podcasts that they come across. And if they see that you've got something from this, then they're more than likely to listen in too. And that's how we have the ripple effect in the world. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
See you on the next episode. Bye. If you love the woo with the do and you want to dive deeper into how you too can get and keep momentum in your business, then join thousands of other online entrepreneurs like yourself and head on over to Amazon and grab a copy of my book, Get Momentum, your ultimate guide to create 100K in 100 days without fear, overwhelm, and burnout. And while it's being delivered to you, you'll have time to leave a 5-star review of the podcast before you head on over to the next episode.